Can you create your own method to learn English? That's what you're gonna find out in this video coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. First of all, as usual, I really appreciate you coming here to watch my English lesson. If it's your first time here, thank you so much. Consider subscribing because from Monday to Friday, I have all kinds of English lessons for pretty much all levels. I have beginner playlists, I have pre-intermediate lessons, intermediate lessons, because I want to make sure that you become a better and more confident English speaker. So consider subscribing. Anyways, my friends, let's dive into the content. Can you create your own method to learn English? I see a lot of discussions in forums or Facebook groups, English study groups about this. Oh, I created my method. Oh, I have my method. Whoa, be careful about that, To answer the question, can you create a method? I would have to say yes and no. There's a big difference between a method and a routine. By watching teachers, reading articles, you can come up with a routine that will help you, a plan that is going to help you study and learn English. Now, establishing a method is a little bit different and a little bit more difficult. And creating a method is usually the case of teachers, either English teachers or teachers in general, or for people who study methods. Because even today, to be completely honest, even teachers today, they don't really create a method. They combine different methods and call it their own. So, for example, I have the Real English Academy, my online English program, and there I combine different methods and develop my own. But basically nowadays, all methods, they come from previous methods or a combination of different methods. And unless you know about methodology and learning methods, you don't really create a method, but you create a plan, a study routine, okay? Now, do you have any experience? If you are a teacher, a professional that works with teaching, then it's easier for you to, as I said, come up with a method or combine different methods and create your method, because that happens a lot. Today, there are all kinds of methods. Teacher-centered methods, content-centered methods, interactive methods, communicative approach, lexical approach, psycholinguistic approach, which is a method I really enjoy using. It's a very, very nice method, but there are many. These are only a few examples of different methods available. So if you're not creating your method, what exactly are you doing and how can you improve what you already do? You are basically defining best practices. If you are trying to learn English alone, I believe that what you're doing is coming up with a good practice, a good routine. By gathering information from a teacher here, from a teacher there, from a lesson here, a lesson there, you are choosing what works best for you. And that's what I want to help you with tonight. Make a better choice, define a better practice. So how can you do that more efficiently? That's an important question. And if you are enjoying this lesson, as usual, hit the like button because that really helps the channel. It really helps YouTube understand that this is a good channel because people are interested and they hit the like button. I know it may sound like stupid, but it's true. Anyways, to help you become more efficient at defining your best practices, you need to understand your learning style. There are primarily three predominant learning styles: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning styles. And I have other videos here on my channel where I talk about these learning styles. Understanding your learning style will influence how well you establish a study routine and your English results. That's why it's so important. Basically, what is a learning style? A learning style will define how you receive information, how you connect with the world, how you see things, how you understand things. Therefore, if you know your style, it's easier for you to define best practices. Okay, in my English Academy, for example, I have a lecture where I talk about this and I give study tips to the students so that they can have better practices depending on their learning style. So, establishing a study routine will be easier for you if you know how you learn best, if you understand your learning style. That basically means that if you are an auditory person, if you try to study using materials that are designed for visual learners, you will have a big problem, my friend. The same thing happens with visual learners who try to use podcasts to learn English. You're a visual learner using podcasts where there's no image, you can't see anything. Doesn't make any sense. This is like a very basic tip. I could go on and on about things that auditory people should do, visual people should do, kinesthetic people should do, so that they can connect with the language and have a more efficient study routine. Now, teacher, if I just discover my learning style, is that it? That's all I have to do? Not really. Unfortunately, even when you find out your learning style, you will need to adapt something. So most online programs, courses, lessons, they will always need some adaptation. They are never perfectly made for a visual learner or perfectly made for an auditory learner. So you will always need to adapt something. But that's much better when you know your learning style, because if you don't, if you have no idea, you will never really have a productive practice, a productive study routine. So discovering your learning style is one step. After that, you will need to analyze your practices and adapt a few things here and there, okay? Now, to help you find out your learning style, I will leave a link in the descriptions where you can answer a very short quiz about 20 questions, and then you should have a very accurate result of what your learning style is. Okay, I've done it. I always recommend my English students because it's a very efficient and practical way for you to know your learning style and get started with the changes you will need to make to adapt. Another thing that is very nice that you can do is, okay, I am a visual learner. How can I become an auditory learner? How can I work on my skills and balance them? This is something that I have been doing. I'm an auditory learner, but after a lot of practice, I was able to develop my visual and my kinesthetic channel. Okay, so this is a good thing. You can practice and improve your other styles, because honestly, we have all the styles, okay, but one is better than the others. Let's put it this way: one is more predominant than the others. That's what usually happens. Okay, all in all, come back here in the comments and let me know what your learning style is, and if you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to share it with your friends. Other than that, thank you so much, my friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.